So guys, a General Grievous image has finally been released yesterday with the community transmission on Geonosis. There's been a lot of news about General Grievous in the last 24 hours, mainly with the community transmission, but also with Dennis Bramwell taking over the DICE account. So I'm just going to go and digest through all of that. It'll be fairly long, I think, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But basically, I just want to start off with the fact that Dennis Bramwell has officially confirmed, using the DICE account, that content will come after February. Obviously, in February we get the Conquest style mode, as well as Anakin and the 501st clone skin. So Torbis out on Twitter basically just said congratulations on the promotion and hope it means that Battlefront 2 won't be abandoned. Dennis said, you are correct, it will not. So that is great news. Very much looking forward to the future of the game. This Grievous news got me very excited. We don't have any idea what the content could be post-Feb, but we obviously just need to wait and find out. So regarding General Grievous, the first thing I want to point out is this battle damaged Grievous skin. I think it looks absolutely incredible. It's a lot better, honestly, than I thought it would be. It's going to cost 20,000 credits or 500 crystals, so it's not difficult to get that. It does mean it is a rare skin, and we are getting another one for him in November when Obi-Wan comes, which I imagine will be him with his cape. But I think General Grievous battle damage looks great. So as I said, that's 20,000 credits or 500 crystals. Now, moving on to his abilities, we have Thrust Surge, where General Grievous focuses on a target in front of him, and he rushes towards them doing a stabbing motion with all 4 of his lightsabers. He did this to Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars at some point. I think it was Malevolence, but I think it was actually quite a lot later. But basically, sometime in the Clone Wars series, he did do this, which is pretty cool. So it'd be nice to see it in game. Claw Rush as well. Grievous goes on all 6 limbs and rushes forward, damaging and pushing away enemies in his path. So this will be a really good method for escape as well, actually, but I'm really looking forward to using this and seeing it in game. You know, we did see him kind of go on all 6 limbs many times in the Clone Wars before, as well as Revenge of the Sith. Now the last ability is Unrelenting Advance, where General Grievous spins 2 lightsabers over his head and can advance on his enemies. Whilst this is active, General Grievous blocks on any frontal attacks and damages enemies in front of him. So obviously we see this a lot in Star Wars, mainly Revenge of the Sith when he fights Obi-Wan on Utapau, but this is going to be incredible to see in game. Very much looking forward to General Grievous, and unfortunately I do have to wait a little bit, like probably about a week and a half longer, but it's going to be great. Moving on to his star cards, he's got 2 health cards. One is Beating Heart, where General Grievous has increased maximum health regeneration. So he starts off with 800 health, but I think this basically means that General Grievous has kind of more health. So you spawn in with like 900 or 1000 health, depending on how leveled your card is, I think. There's also Cyborg Rage, which is health regained. So when General Grievous defeats an enemy trooper, he regains 20 health, and whenever he defeats an enemy hero, he regains even more. So I think to start off with, it will probably be like 40, then go 60, 80, or 100. I think a few other people have this kind of card. I think it might be Luke or someone, but basically this will they will always stay at 20 for troopers basically. But this is good. It's the health cards are coming as well for other heroes in the October update as well, in which is next week even. Other cards include Sith Trained, where General Grievous deals extra damage with lightsaber attacks, but they drain more stamina. Jedi Killer, which can target enemies further when using Thrust Surge. Another one called Momentum, where Thrust Surge deals more damage to targets further than X meters. Obviously the distance you can go will increase as you upgrade the card. Cowardly Retreat has more damage reduction whilst Claw Rush is active. Line Up Weaklings is after one enemy has been hit, Claw Rush will deal more damage. So I imagine Claw Rush will go essentially a certain distance or be active for a certain amount of time. I'm not really too sure if it's going to be a permanent thing, like you have to deactivate it, but we shall see. Last 2, we have Ceaseless Assault, which is Unrelenting Advance, can stay active for a longer period, and Unrelenting Advance deals more damage, which is Deadly Slashes. Now we move on to the voice lines. We've got quite a few here, so please do bear with me. But we've got You Are a Bold One, Your lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection, You must realise you are doomed, I wield great power, Jedi Fool, The story of Obi-Wan ends here, Make peace with the Force now, for this is your final outing, Your screams are like music to my audio receptors, which is General Grievous' line from the original Battlefront 2, That was highly requested, so thank you DICE for listening to the community and getting that out there. Where are we? So there's Kaleesh are not known for their mercy. Obviously Kaleesh is the species that Grievous is, before obviously he became a kind of Kaleesh cyborg. This will be easier than Dathomir, which is a direct reference to one of the Clone Wars episodes, which is awesome. A general welcomes all challengers, and then another one where he's laughing and says this calls for a celebration. Now devastation tactics. I'm not really too sure what that references to, but I'm sure it will be something cool. Last two we have do not cling to me like a Dianoga attack. So Dianoga is a species, and then he kind of goes attack on a command, so I think that's referring to droids, maybe if they're like closing in on him or just kind of sticking around him, maybe he's like ordering them to attack. And there's another one, the last one, which is temper, you know where anger leads, which I imagine is referring to Anakin Skywalker. So that should be awesome. I imagine that might actually be a voice line with Vader, because obviously Anakin's not coming for another 4 months, but we shall see. Lastly, we have the victory poses and emotes. So the victory poses are Lines of Death, Jedi Hunt, Doom, and Consider Yourself Crushed. Not really sure how these are going to look, because we haven't seen these yet, but who knows, maybe Dennis will show them off in the coming days as his DICE takeover. And now we have the emotes, 2 of which are his standard voice lines, which is kind of, I don't know, it's alright, but it would be nice to kind of get more unique ones. But we've got You Are Evolved one, which obviously kind of has to be an emote. Your streams are music to my audio receptors again, so maybe it would be nice to get different voice lines, because these would be great as emotes. Lastly, we have Crush Them and Surrender. So guys, that is pretty much everything for General Grievous. We now know pretty much all there is to know about General Grievous now. We just got to wait until he comes out on the 30th of October, which is next Tuesday. I've got to wait until, unfortunately, about the 10th to 11th of November, as I'm on holiday, but that should be awesome. So I'm very much looking forward to this. We also know that Battlefront 2 will continue after February, which is also great news. But guys, that will be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you always.